Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and we're looking at another American Premium at Tier 6. This is going to be the XP-57. The one we just looked at was the P-39N, and while the P-39N is a very capable platform, this has even more maneuverability but less firepower with 4 50 cal machine guns in the nose. This is one you can unlock by doing a series of missions, and you can actually spend tokens to be able to skip some of the harder steps. This is a very unique looking airframe, this kind of a pusher prop version of a flying wing with some pretty serious canards in the front. You can see here as we pitch up, those canards actually change direction in order to pitch the nose up and down, and the elevator are these two little, the rudder are these two little fins on the wings. Interesting setup, but very capable in a dogfight with a 9.3 second turn time. Decent altitude performance, a little bit higher operating speed, and with these 450 cals, it can do some pretty good consistent damage, but a lot of people are not big fans of 50 cal machine guns, just because as you get further away and you try to tickle away that last little bit of health, ineffective. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Got him. Oh my goodness. Not an altitude we want to be performing at. We're getting ourselves into a tough situation here. Do we have the damage output to be able to take on a doe? Probably not. Now, these guns can be quite damaging if you can get close to the enemy. If you can get close to the enemy, they can actually perform fairly well. If I can wait for these bombers to come back, possibly fly over me, I should be able to get the guns on target a little bit more consistently. But again, not a situation we want to be in, not at this altitude, and not against that airframe with its pretty dangerous tail gunners. Oh, managed to take him out. We've got a heavy aircraft here. This is more our speed, and he seems to be focused on going after that bomber. Took out his engine. Maybe we can stay on him. There we go. We are taking some tail gunner hits from that bomber. Not where we want to be. If I were to make a guess, I'd say he's going to double back to the right. There is a multi-roll up here, a Typhoon. He is going to have the firepower on us. And I was hoping to be able to turn underneath him, but it looks like he slowed down to get on us. We could easily outturn him, but we were operating at an altitude we shouldn't have been operating at. But we got the military facility, and that's going to be the most important thing, especially since we're keeping them from getting their military facility at the same time. We're going to make our way towards the middle and get a little bit of dogfighting done. We're going to fare much better at a garrison than we would at a military facility, but we knew we needed that, and I think if we weren't there, we would have lost it to the enemy right from the get-go. And even having it for a short period of time, as a bomber is ingressing on that position, I think is going to be helpful. Ooh, we got a heavy on him. That's a good sign. Tornadoes on my ally over here. I would really like to help him. Can I deter you? Yes, I did. Saved your life, buddy. But we should both be in the middle. Little wing wag there. Oh, turned too early. Put myself in a position where he's on my tail. But we do have the maneuverability, and we've got a 0 on our team here. Thank you. Throw him a little thank you. 2 aircraft should be enough to flip this zone, I think. We'll see shortly. Let's get on his tail. Show him what 450s can do. I'm almost too close. That is a player in an I-210. He only has two 20s on there. And he has good altitude performance, but he shouldn't have been down here. I know what he was trying to do, but we were able to get the advantage on him. Nobody wants to come down here and play with us, unfortunately. We're actually catching a tornado, an aircraft that's known for being pretty speedy.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military base. Take action!
But we gotta get way closer if we want to be able to get these guns to make good contact. Is he doubling back on us? It looks like he is. There we go, burned him out. Oh, sweet, aircraft in the middle. Let's head back that way.
Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating.
Kinda glad they got that. It gives us a chance to probably build up some more points by getting into some dogfights. You ignore me, I'll ignore you. There's that 210 again. Actually, saving you till this zone reset was a good move. I'll take that. Oh, that's a heavy. I can't take that type of firepower.
That's it. There's no way to break you now. You're on your own.
And it's squall line, of course. Taking AA fire, knocked out of the battle. Oh, what a tough situation to be in, guys. Yeah, we managed to rack up 7,700 points, but the limited altitude performance and being bottom tier in this match made it a little bit more difficult than even we saw with the P-39N. I don't know if that's attributed to the firepower or not, but really where this aircraft shines is dogfighting in like the center of a map. This isn't the best map for us, just based on the type of facilities we're looking at. If these were command centers, then you would have had light fighters defending them instead of heavy fighters for the air defense aircraft, and it would have given you a little bit more of a chance to do some more work. See if we can find the human. There he is in his A7M. He's flying at pretty high altitude himself. I think we're in good shape for winning this battle, but we'll see how it goes. Is he shooting at that guy? Seems kind of far away for that. Especially when you have an aircraft underneath you. I mean, fair that he's going for this guy, but I don't think he's going to survive this head-on. Oop. Good hits, good hits. But you're not going to get that other head-on. I like turning in a kind of a corkscrew as an enemy is heading towards me, and then turning just as they pass by me so I can actually sidle up next to them, and then I'm on their tail. Again, I think we're going to win this just based on sheer attrition. I'll catch you guys at the hangar so we don't need to watch the last few seconds of this. Alright, so here we are back at the hangar, and despite having a lackluster performance, we still raked in 100,000 credits, and we actually got 4,700 for our ×2, which was then transferred straight to crew experience for our F-86 pilot, and we got a personal point score of 8,800. Not spectacular, but decent enough to get us #1 on the team. Despite getting knocked out early during the squall line, we managed to take out 9 aerial targets, one of which was a bomber and then a heavy fighter. So really operating in altitude blocks we probably shouldn't be operating in. We were also really close to getting specialist configuration in this aircraft as well. And this is one that you can unlock on the missions tab. I believe it was underneath specials, and in here there's going to be a mission set for doing the Vampire F1 and this aircraft. Highly suggest getting the Vampire F1 if you can, putting all your effort towards it. A Tier 8 premium is going to get you twice the amount of credits that this thing would get you, but if you don't seem like you're going to have a lot of time to be able to dedicate towards it, or you prefer the look and feel in this type of combat, this is a viable option as well. But you know, it's all up to you, dealer's choice. Did come with this kind of shiny, cool looking paint job on here with the shark attack going on the side. So I have really been enjoying this airframe for the aesthetics of it especially. But if I were to choose between the two, I actually prefer the P-39N. Maybe it's just because I have a good history with it, but the XP-55 Ascender, definitely a unique aircraft on the battlefield, and one that shouldn't be underestimated, with a turn performance of 8.3 seconds with the current setup. This is not specialized, this is without ultimate gear. That means that when you're going up against the Spitfire, you're comparable in turn speed. Now, I'll say this with a hesitation because I can tell you that a Spitfire, if I do premium and we look at tier 5 and 6, I got a tier 5 Spitfire here, and you can see as a 7.9 second turn time. Bear in mind, or 7.8, this thing gets a really good stall turn or a burst turn. Like, you can make a 180 turn way more effectively. So what I do is I actually slow the aircraft down in the turn, and as I hit the apex of the turn, I boost the throttle, and I feel like I'm kicking the tail out. Don't ask me how the mechanics work, I have no idea, but that's what I feel like. I can get the nose around and get those guns back on target more quickly than the Spitfire can. But that is where the advantages lie for the XP-55, and can catch a lot of people off guard, especially if that Spitfire isn't a very good pilot. You can outperform him and outskill him a lot easier than this airframe than you could in a P-39N. P-39N, I have to focus Spitfires and try and cripple them with that 37 in order to get the advantage in a turn fight. But your mileage may vary. Anyways, guys, this is the XP-55 Tier 6 American Premium. Hope you enjoyed the review, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.
Just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I'm marching till it's over.